These are the tools anticipated required to cut down the Hoppval's. Okay, I'm now going to open the package of the Hoppval's blackout blind from IKEA. This particular one is 120 centimetres wide, but I know that the aperture that's to fit into is only 116, so we need to cut or shorten it by 4 centimetres. First of all, let's check the pack contents. To mount the blind, we need a spirit level, pencil and measuring tape. However, we need to shorten it before we get to that stage. Then there's two brackets that support it, illustrated here, and a clip which you use for opening and closing the blind. Pictures paint 1,000 words, as they say, and this is purely to mount it to your wall, for which we will demonstrate which method I use, which is the same as, or very similar to, the instruction manual here supplied by IKEA. So we'll place these to the side. We now need to check that we have two brackets which hang, that will get screwed to the wall and support your blind. These clip in here. I'll do that again, just so you can see what's happening. All fingers. Another one goes on here. This will be the last thing to add to your blind once you've got it supported on your wall. It just clips on there. Brilliant, lovely blind, well thought out. I'm going to remove this label because mainly it gets in the way, but it should be kept for the information that's useful for cleaning purposes. I'm now going to demonstrate how to take this plastic end cap off, which for shortening this metal piece is not required, but can be reapplied after we've shortened the length of the blind. Take this small screwdriver and place underneath the centre bit there and lift gently and slide it out. Not any force is required to carry that out. I'm now going to remove the plastic retaining clip, is the best way to describe it, from the bottom rail. Again, gently sliding the screwdriver in, I just ease it out. Now these are glued in and can seem quite sticky, as you can see there, but not too much force is required to remove it. Again, this will be getting replaced as we put the blind back together. What I'm going to demonstrate here is the movement of the mechanism, because we need to take the tension off the spring by unhooking from this white plastic piece. But before I do that, I want to demonstrate how this carriage moves as the blind works. The blue tape is just purely to help clarify the movement of this carriage. So we'll lift it up important points here just beside the blue tape. As I pull the blind down, you see the movement of this carriage. So the spring's trying to pull it this way, but the weight's there and it's nicely balanced to give you that smooth glide. Okay. This is a tool I made up myself to allow me to take this tension off the spring by unhooking it from this nylon clip. Now the spring is quite strong and takes some lifting. So I push it in, hook it into the loop, and it's important you keep that hook in there. So I'm now going to pull them apart. Now I've got it to there, I slowly let the spring contract until all the tension is off. Like I say, it's quite colourful and care should be taken when doing that part. That's it, that's all I need to do to make sure that that glue has been released from the metal frame, and that allows the whole lot to slide out. Why do we want to do that, you may ask? Because in the bottom here are big mild steel weights. Don't need to remove them, we're just checking the location and the position of these weights on the blind. Now these are well clear of the end, or ends even, because you may have the occasion to take a bit off both ends. For this demonstration I'm only going to remove a portion that will be measured out later. So these weights are out the way. I'll now re-put this back in just to keep everything nice and tidy. An important point to notice after you've located the weights, and note that there is a plastic ribbon or sleeve inside the blind. You should be able to just see that there. That, including the paper blind, needs to be inside this channel. So we'll try and feed it in. Taking gentle care to make sure everything's in place. There's no effort involved in this, everything should just slide in. If you find it sticking, stop and find out what's stopping. Slide the plastic piece back into the end. That's it. Back on. Hi, this is to measure the width of the blind that we're wanting for this particular window. We hold one end up against the inside there, and then we mark on the blind against the window up there. Having done that, we see the line where we're needing to cut. Remembering we've got the thickness of this plastic piece to be taken off, so it's actually 2 millimeters less. Okay, I need to move the paper blind out of the way of the metal frame because I need to move this plastic nylon piece from there along here a bit, which is that distance, at least that distance. It could be slightly more, but at minimum that distance, because you might be able to see the line it crosses over and you don't want to cut through it, so it needs to be moved. Right, I'm just going to unhook the spring again, keeping a firm grip until it's fully retracted. And then it can slide, or should be able to slide. Need to take this end out, which is the same as the other end. Now they put it that way, making sure the paper's clear. That's just okay. I prepared a piece of wood to go into this slot, because these are the two rivets that need to be drilled out to allow this nylon piece to be moved along. So that fits in there, and it's purely to try and stop the rivets turning when I try to drill them out. I'm using a 3.5mm drill because that'll be big enough. It's actually so that I can fit my 3mm rivets to hold it in place. Measure this, and it's 32mm. 32 plus 2 is 34, so we'll move it 34mm. So I'll measure one hole, 34mm. Ooh, look at that, that's got to be close. To save a bit of time, if the hole had been wanted there, I would just drill a new hole. But this one's so close to there and it's that way, I'm just going to use that hole. Making it big enough for the rivet. Other one. So fixed in again. Get rid of the rubbish. Back on. Important part here now is to make sure this blind, top rail, bottom rail are all lined up, apart from plastic pieces which stick out, which is only 2mm, but that gives clearance for your blind to rub against or out, clear of the window piece. So go back to the other end and see how this sits in ever so slightly. Pencil line, there's nothing in the way. I've checked in the bottom rail that there's no big bits of metal, this is over here somewhere, so we're ready to cut. When you go to cut things, It's always good to remember, measure twice, 3, 4 times. Cut once, because you'll only get to cut it once. This is a tungsten carbide tip tool. It's quite capable of cutting aluminium, but you've got to be very slow and careful with it. You want to keep your hands clear of this blade because it will quite easily take a finger off. Next part is we'll take a file and take these sharp edges off and refit the stick. To finish off the blind, we need to just clean up the sharp edges . A little plastic end cuts. Fit them nicely. Taking sharp edges away. That's right. Right, that's just the blind stuck. There we go.
Ta-da!
Wee bit there sticking still. Just pull it out. There's the honeycomb, and it goes back there. Yeah, then that's ready for hanging up on the hooks.
Ta-da!
Behind, you can see how much of a blackout it is, which I think's pretty darn good. The end.